You know what? Every week, man. First, it's the muted. Now it's the overlay. What is wrong with me? Gamble Guy, how are you? You feeling good?
You can't teach rookies new tricks. I mean, you're still new at this after how many years? I'm doing fine. It's Saturday morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's almost Saturday afternoon. It's crisp outside. Even though I did wear the hoodie just on purpose, I could handle it. But I'm loving the weather dropping, which means it's going to be easier and easier to play football outside. I'm loving that.
Yes, I can't seem to remember my login to Action Network, so we can get some inside information, but it's okay. We'll live. Yeah, big games today. I took one on the chin last week. How'd you do?
I went 3-2, which gave us a 4-3 record or 5-4 record or 4-5.
We'll get it right. Let me know when you figure it out.
I had it written down. I don't know where I wrote it down. Anyways, welcome to NATR. We're having a losing record by 1. I was able to hold us and not make us not look terrible, but we're going to be okay. This is NATR Kickoff.
I want to say something about the losing records.
Yeah.
Because with all this noise coming out about the NBA, I just want to make it clear. We're going to talk about MyBookie as our sponsor. We're going to make gambling bets, but we do not want anybody to form a gambling addiction. It's not a winning recipe. We're having fun doing this, but it really is a threat to people to become addicted to it. My whole character, Gamble Guy, is to make fun of the whole genre. If you see the guys online saying, "Yeah, give me $199.99 a month to get all my picks," like if you're that good at gambling, you don't need my money. So
that's a good point.
I'm kind of making fun of those guys with the Gamble Guy character. So yeah, just bet responsibly. We want you to sign up for MyBookie and have fun, but you know what? If you can only afford $10, that's all you bet. There you go.
True. So this show, of course, for Gamble Guy, I am Michael Karvelis. This is NATR Kickoff. The show is presented by and odds are according to mybookie.ag. Promo code 12OZ Sports, as it looks right there, all caps, no spaces, for a huge first deposit bonus. Stay tuned for our best bets. They're like average bets, but we're gonna get there. Okay, so let's first get started with number 8 Ole Miss and number 13 Oklahoma. Big SEC matchup again. The Rebels and Sooners both sport 6-1 records. All times are Eastern. This game is at noon. Oklahoma's at 5 last time I checked. Happy NATR boys.
Yeah, happy NATR boys. All right, yeah, and I love college football. So
right.
Action Network's having an internal server error, so I'm not going to get a lot of data from them. They're really failing right now. We have to cancel that membership. But
that's right.
We found out a lot about both of these teams recently. When Ole Miss barely escaped Washington State, and then they gave up that nice size lead to Georgia to take their first loss. And then Oklahoma got absolutely whacked by Texas.
Texas, you mean? Yes.
Texas. So
yeah,
this is suddenly, a couple of weeks ago we thought maybe this would be a top 5 matchup, top 10 matchup. Now this is survival mode for both teams. And, I think Oklahoma's got the better defense. I'd love to hear what you think's going to happen first instead of me always going first.
Oh, this is, you know what? I thought about this game because it's like I do this thing called, it's like ESPN Fantasy. There's like a college pick 'em. This is one of the games on there. I was torn because I do feel like Texas getting beat pretty handedly by Arch Manning, who was not playing well at that point. I don't care what Steve Sarkisian says. I went with Ole Miss, though. I really trust Lincoln Riley in this spot. I mean, not Lincoln Riley. Lane Kiffin. I get those two offensive minds mixed up. I always trust Lane Kiffin because I feel like against Georgia, that quarterback had never been on the road and looked okay. They, like you said, they had a big lead. We know Kirby Smart's known for second half adjustments. I think Ole Miss wins the game outright. I'm going money line in this game. I don't want to play with the 5. I think it's like a 5 is such a fishy number. Why is it not 3 or 7? It's a 5. I don't like that. Give me Ole Miss money line.
Yeah, and let's not get it twisted. I mean, Ole Miss, their biggest lead was 35-26 in the
I
third
turned the
quarter.
game off of that moment.
Right, but that was their biggest lead. It's not like they gave up a 21-point lead. It
Yeah,
was
but
back and forth
still.
with Georgia. But what they showed me versus what Oklahoma showed me was Oklahoma couldn't run and gun with Texas, and Texas isn't that good of an
Yeah.
offense. So I think push comes to shove. Does Oklahoma have a slightly better defense? They do, but
Yeah.
Ole Miss has got a much better offense. So
Agreed.
the 5 doesn't scare me in this spot. I think I would be more scared of the over/under versus the line because I mean it is in Oklahoma. I don't know how much of an advantage that's going to be, but I can definitely
True.
see an Ole Miss 27-21 game here. I just think, again, push comes to shove. Uh, it's going to be who can score last or who can score, late in the game. And Ole Miss's offense gives me more comfort than Oklahoma's.
Well, that's the thing I'll say is I just think Ole Miss defense is going to have to make a couple stops here, but I think they can because I mean, obviously, like you said, Ole Miss has a way better offense, but I feel like they can make the extra stop needed at the end of the game to make it 27-21. The under is nice, but last week we said under against Georgia, and that was awful. So I won't even touch that this week with them.
Yeah, we didn't even come close to the under last week. Now,
Yeah.
Ole Miss did give up 510 yards to Georgia. That concerns me.
Yeah.
Whereas when Oklahoma loses to Texas, they only gave up 302 yards. Again, Oklahoma's got the better defense. I've already kind of spelled that out.
Right.
But yeah, it's going to be a game of field goal here, bad decision here. And that's the other thing. I would think Mateer, after I saw the Texas game, is more prone to a bad decision in pressurized situations. So I don't know. We could be way off here, but I just don't see Oklahoma being able to beat Ole Miss. But maybe Ole Miss isn't as good as we think they are.
I'm trusting the coach. That's my play here. Alrighty. Number 15, Missouri. The Mizzou Tigers will travel to Vanderbilt to take on the Fighting Diego Pavias, a top 15 matchup here. Both teams also 6-1. This game starts at 3:30. Last I checked it was Vanderbilt -3, and the total was at 53. I can go first here. I think I'm not scared of Vanderbilt. I think beating LSU, I've said it all year. I've said since Brian Kelly got there, they're not legitimate. This year's the same. I think Missouri's a more competent team than LSU. I don't know by how much, but I don't trust. I like what Vanderbilt's doing the last few years. I don't trust them to keep this up. I think they're going to fall a couple times. This is one of those games where everyone's riding them. I'm not buying it. Not totally.
I trust Vanderbilt.
Right.
I don't think they were fully blown out by Alabama. I think maybe they had some issues late that kind of they just went by the wayside, lost by 16. But they lost by 16, but they were outscored 10-0 in the fourth quarter. So they were right in the Alabama game. What's giving me trouble on this game is I think Missouri's a lot better than maybe people believe.
I like that.
A 3-point loss to Alabama that could have went either way. They had a late interception, and then they beat Auburn in 2 overtimes when, was that the officiating crew that's been banned from the SEC now?
Suspended? I know Auburn and Georgia was one of, I don't know if it was the same crew on that game, but I know Auburn and Georgia was definitely the crew, so it might have been an Auburn team like that.
This is essentially, even with the expansion, I think this is a playoff game because
Agreed.
I'm not sure either team can afford 2 losses and then probably have to have a rematch against Alabama. Maybe Missouri has the better chance of winning that in a neutral site. So this is almost a playoff game for both teams. I want to go back real quick, though.
Go ahead.
Ole Miss is getting 3 points on my bookie. Did you have them giving up 5 or Oklahoma giving up 5?
I remember I had to correct that. It was Oklahoma. You know what's funny? I may have told you that last night, and I think I changed
I'll clear it up. On my bookie, Ole Miss is getting +3. So we're getting points. We're getting points in that one. I don't know if you didn't look today, then there you go.
I looked at it like right as you were talking. It says Oklahoma -5 as I'm looking at it.
It's on my bookie. Anyway, moving on to Missouri, Vanderbilt. I think the Missouri Tigers are the better overall team. And again, I'm looking at the Alabama common opponent where Missouri was driving to win through an interception, could have beat Alabama. And Vanderbilt lost by 16, kind of got outmanned in the second half. Missouri's getting 1 point on my bookies. I'm going to take the point because I think it's a pick 'em. I think Missouri wins it outright. I like getting that point.
I'm going to have to refresh my bookie because I logged in. We'll have to check on the other side. That's interesting. You're getting different lines here.
Don't get OCD. I'm looking at it right now. I'm telling you what the lines are.
All righty. Well, folks, when we come back, let's take a break.
Who are you picking in Missouri?
I already told you I got Missouri.
Okay. I must have missed that. My bad.
No, you're good. All right, folks, let's take a break. When we come back, NFL games, and we'll stay tuned for our best bets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Welcome back to NATR Kickoff. What?
Nothing. I'm just happy to be back. I do find it interesting. Now, my internet's been acting a little weird, but I mean, I'm going to refresh. I got the lines. You text me. You text me off air, so we'll figure it out because I want to know what my parlay is going to be. I still have the same lines I told you, and I'm locked in on my bookies, so we'll see. Well, anyway, go ahead.
If you got them at that price, I know some of them moved. But yeah, we're doing NFL now. And by the way, folks, you can also check it yourself at mybookie.ag. Promo code 120Z Sports, all caps, no spaces, for a huge first deposit bonus. So no matter who's right here, you can be right. Yeah. All righty. So NFL, this game's at 425. Cowboys, Broncos. Cowboys are sneaky good. This game's in Mile High, 425 Eastern on Sunday. It's Dak Prescott's offense against Sean Payton's defense. Denver's 5-2. Dallas is 3-1. Oh, man, I think Cowboys can cover the +3.5 here. I like that a lot.
They can, and I do like. I shouldn't like this, but I do like that the Broncos are playing so well. I mean, I'm a Cleveland Browns fan, so we have a long history with the Broncos. But I tend to be the kind of guy that looks at common opponents, and within the last 3 weeks, they've both played the Jets.
Oh,
now the Broncos played them overseas, but it was a game where I texted friends and said, "This is not going to get Europeans to watch football over soccer because it was a really bad game." Meanwhile, the Cowboys put up 37 on the Jets. Does that mean anything in the NFL? No, week to week meat grinder. Right. I just don't like that. And because the NFL is razor thin when it comes to gambling, I don't like that on my bookie, the Broncos are giving up 3.5. If it was 3, I would feel comfortable about maybe pushing if I don't hit that. So I like getting the 3.5 with the Cowboys. I think they have more firepower. I think they can frustrate Bo Nix. And, if you look at the Cowboys' recent loss, it was by a field goal to Carolina. So if we repeat that, we still win this bet with the 3.5.
I like this. Well, Broncos are 3-0 at home for the record, and that obviously is tough to breathe up there, as they say. I also like an alternate line of like total of over 50.5. I handicapped this game like 31-27. I know Broncos defense can be good. I know Cowboys defense played better last week, but I like the both teams to go over here. I think Bo Nix can do something. I think, especially against the Cowboys defense, yeah, I'll take the over here.
Yeah, that's not a bad bet because the dam could break. The Broncos gave up 32 last week to the Giants. The Cowboys gave up 22 to the Commanders.
Yep.
Very well could break open. And if you look, the 51, I do like buying the 50.5.
Yep.
Look at the combined scores for the Cowboys recently: 66 total, 57 total, 59 total, 80 total. I mean, just a smorgasbord of going over. You look at the Broncos, 65. Then you had the 24 overseas with the Jets,
Right.
and then 38, 31. So
even the Colts game was high.
Your threat is if the Broncos defense starts shutting down the Cowboys, but the Cowboys offense is pretty darn potent.
Agreed.
I wouldn't mind the over. I'm still going to stick with the Cowboys plus 3.5.
Correct. Both of those, yes.
I think they're rolling in here and going to win this. I think they're
Agreed.
going to surprise a lot of people.
I agree. Last game, Sunday Night Football on NBC. Packers Steelers. Aaron Rodgers is hosting his former team, even though it seems so long ago he played for the Packers and played well for the Packers for that matter. It is -3. Packers are the favorites here. The total's at 45.5. For me, I picked the Packers to win a 27-20 type game. I think they cover, but I would not be surprised if this is a field goal win because Packers have been up and down, and I know Steelers defense has not been good this year yet, but sometime one of these weeks is going to come back to bite us. Now, do I still think we push over? Sure. But sometime I feel like the Steelers defense is going to make a statement even if they lose this game, and Rodgers has been playing well, for the record.
Well, listen, the ayahuasca is going to be flowing, my friend. This is going to be a microdose special. Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers are not going to lose this game. They need to maintain first place. They took one on the chin against Cincinnati. I think that woke them up after they put on a very impressive defensive showing against the Browns. And they held the Vikings to 21. I think the Vikings have a much more potent offense than the Packers. So I do like the under, but I also like that the home team's getting 3 because I can surely see the Steelers winning this, something like 20-17. I think it's going to be low scoring. I think it's be cold. It's Pittsburgh at night. I think we're going to be in the 40s temperature wise. Not that the Packers mind cold weather, and not that these pros are geographically tied to certain climates. I think the cold does hold the scores down a little bit. I like a 20-17 Steelers win in this one.
I would like that because, for the record, the people that don't know, the Steelers have a shocking 4-2 record, but it's only shocking if you hate the politics of their quarterback. Because, like I said, Rodgers has looked good. If Steelers defense, like you said, can step it up, especially in the cold weather, I'm not surprised if they hold it down here.
Yeah, and their losses are the 2 worst defensive performances they've put together this year. They gave up 31 to Seattle and they gave up 33 to Cincinnati, and the elderly Joe Flacco that couldn't get the offense rolling in Cleveland goes to Cincinnati 1 week later, beats the Steelers. So I think Cleveland's the problem, but I think the Steelers defense bounces back here. I think we're going to see the defense that held Cleveland to 9 and New England to 14, Minnesota to 21. And they haven't put together 2 bad defensive performances in a row yet. And I think the Packers offense, a team that could only muster 10 points against the Browns, I think they're ripe for the picking, especially with Watt on the edge, which is what gave the Packers problems, the edge rush. So against the Browns, it gave them a lot of fit. So I see the defense. I think this is going to be almost a carbon copy of the Packers-Browns game. Very low scoring, last-second field goal.
Love that. Boswell, baby. The Boss man. All right, you want to do the best bets? I don't want to waste time on this. I don't want to get a commercial to rile us up here.
This is my favorite time of the day because there are so many games right now or this week. I'm going to get so far my parlays plus 1203. We're going to make that one. That's our 4 that we're all betting on. So I took Ole Miss plus 3, Missouri plus 1, Cowboys plus 3.5, Steelers plus 3. I took all dogs. I'm going to get plus 1251. So then I'll start over with my best bets now. I love it's all college. All my best bets are all college. I love this slate. I love the lines. You're gonna be probably shocked at my best bets because I'm gambling here, right? Well, the UCLA Indiana game moved. Something's really wrong with. All right, I think I figured it out, Mike.
Oh no.
I have first half lines up in college.
I was wondering about that actually.
Okay.
But good for you though. You're shopping around, getting the best line for yourself. I like that.
That's okay. So now back to my best. I like UCLA getting 27 against Indiana. UCLA suddenly went from the worst Power 5 team in the nation to they make a coaching change and they're on a 3-game heater. Do I think they're going to beat Indiana? No. I just don't think they're going to get blown out by Indiana.
And their quarterback's playing well.
Very well. And they held Maryland to 17, Michigan State to 13. They had a shootout with Penn State. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. But if Indiana wins 56-35, we win our bet. They're just giving me too many points for a team that's on a 3-game win streak.
I also like, and you said UCLA plus 27 is the bet, right?
Yes.
So I can post. I love it. Love that.
And I'm sorry earlier, I took first half lines, I think. So at least in the college games, that's why we had different lines. I'm sticking with them though. Those bets. So we'll go by your line. We'll go by your lines in college, but I'm still taking Missouri and Ole Miss. UCLA plus 27, Indiana. I think the Indiana's going to win, but I don't think they're going to blow them out, or I don't think they're going to beat them by 4 touchdowns or more. And then the other one I really like, I know I'm slowing us up here, brought us to a crawl. This is, I got to find it. What time's the Iowa State game?
I'm not sure off the top. I'll try to see if I can find it first. Great TV. They are playing.
It's okay. They're playing BYU. This is a tricky game. This is a 3:30 game.
Okay.
This is BYU's undefeated, right?
The last 2 weeks I picked against them, those bastards.
Right, but they're undefeated. They beat Utah by 3 to beat Arizona. And here's the thing. And Iowa State is hemorrhaging. Right? They're bleeding bad. Iowa State's struggling bad.
Rocco Beck's been up and down, yeah.
But they did dominate Arizona. And it took 2 overtimes for BYU to beat Arizona. So, add in the fact they're playing in Iowa. I really like Iowa State in this spot. And they're actually favored. Now, I'm going to take the money line, Iowa State straight up. I'm not going to wager any points. I'm not doing over under. This could be a defensive battle. Most likely is going to be under 49. But so I like Iowa State straight up.
Minus 149 for those wondering on my bookie.
Yeah. So my best bets get me plus 219. That's good money. If you don't know what that means, you bet 100, win 219. If it was minus 219, you'd have to bet 219 to win 100. I got UCLA plus 27 and Iowa State straight up. Trying to bounce back from last week.
Just 2?
Yeah, my 2 best bets.
I like that. All right. Well, I like that. I like to do 3 to 5, but I'm glad that you're not gonna just force things. I like that.
I'm plus money.
Doesn't like when you force things.
Yeah, no.
All righty. No, jeez. All right, so Mike's best bets. I'm excited for these. Listen, I'm going back to the well. I did this a lot on AM Drive. If you know, you know. Georgia Southern. I was gonna play around with a minus 2.5. I'm doing it anyways.
This guy is Georgia Southern. He loves it.
Hey, +1 against Arkansas State. I didn't write down my notes on that. I think Southern has. They were not expected to blow out Georgia State. I thought they would. They did blow out Georgia State. So I'm going to keep riding the bandwagon. I think Georgia Southern gets the win. against Arkansas State, the Red Wolves, I think, right?
Yeah, and Arkansas, they have the same exact record. So let's see if they have any common opponents, because I do like to.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, I think we're early enough in the season. They still don't have any common opponents. But I look, Arkansas State beat South Alabama 15-14 last week.
Yeah, I didn't like that because I think like they somehow that was one of the reasons I picked Georgia Southern. I was confident in that.
And Georgia Southern's got the better offense, so
quarterback's great.
Now Arkansas State's favored by the matchup predictor. But go ahead.
That thing's annoying. Texas A&M Aggies, the Aggies. I don't know why I call them Aggies. They're playing LSU. I'm going to keep on fading Brian Kelly. The money line is -140. That's better than Iowa State's money line in terms of odds. Not by much, but I'll take the pennies there, considering I'm a small betting man. But give me the Aggies, man. LSU is down in the dumps. Brian Kelly talks like he's going to lose his job. I think he will. Texas A&M is a better team, in my opinion. Bills Panthers went to the NFL. I got 3 NFL games. I did all 5. I like Bills Panthers to go under 45.5. I can run through the stats on that. Probably I won't do that on that game, but I like both teams. I think they're first and third in time of possession, so I'll take that. Even though I do think Josh Allen and the boys get it done, this will be close, but under 45.5. 49ers. When are we going to stop doubting Kyle Shanahan with a competent quarterback? I don't know. 49ers are going to. I like the money line +110 against the Texans. I'm not buying the Texans beating the brakes off the Ravens. I don't think Houston's back yet. I think DeMeco Ryans against his former coach. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Give me the 49ers money line. And Patriots, I'm going to keep riding them as Cleveland is kind of falling apart. I took the alternate line here. I went with the -126, so I get 6.5. I still like 7. I'm just not fully sold on a full 7. So I'll take my 6.5 at -126 against the Browns. So
Drake May's hot. Drake May's hot.
Absolutely.
Cleveland's disoriented. I don't even know how they won last week.
And the Patriots defense with Christian Gonzalez back has been awesome. So again, Georgia Southern +1, A&M money line against LSU. Bills Panthers under 45.5. 49ers money line with Mac Jones, and Patriots -6.5. Hey, that sounds. I feel good, man. I'm not gonna lie. That means 0-5.
Don't be surprised if LSU knocks off Texas A&M, by the way. That's in LSU. It's in the Bayou. It's in Death Valley. Texas A&M only scored 16 on Auburn. Very similar defense that they're going to face tonight in a very hostile crowd. And that Auburn game was at home. So Texas A&M's ripe for the taking. I think they're the better team, but I think when Brian Kelly's backs against the wall, he somehow pulls something out of his ass, his arse. So don't be surprised if LSU. It's not one of my best bets. I'm not placing money on LSU. I'm just saying, don't be surprised if that upends your parlay.
4-1. Good thing I didn't say parlay. That was you, buddy. 4-1 is what we need. All right, folks. Enjoy your weekend. Please stay safe. And PSA: if you are a professional athlete, do us a favor and don't bet on yourself. It shouldn't be too hard, but hey, there's some bad apples.
Dude, Terry Rozier was making $300,000 per NBA game. He would make on the low end $1,000 a month just in interest every paycheck. So, after he got 10 paychecks, he'd be making 10 grand a month just in interest. Instead, he's jeopardized his career and probably his freedom. We had a comment.
True.
Miami by $1 million. There you go.
If you want to rest your laurels on Carson Beck, you do that.
Hey, great name.
Okay, yeah, that's your nephew. He's have a bounce back. For the record, the Miami Heat had a historically offensive great night last night. I'm not taking Terry Rozier can rest in hell. Good for him, man.
There you go. Well, I did notice I watched the Thunder Pacers. It's probably the best NBA game I've seen in a while, and it just so happens to be after those big gambling things, and I didn't see anything weird at the end of the game. So maybe they're all on their best behavior.
Well, that was when the fans told me that SGA took 26 free throws as if he's not getting fouled. That's so annoying.
Well, I'm just saying, I didn't see any weird calls. I didn't see any weird substitutions, and it was a high quality. It was probably the highest quality NBA game I've seen in years. They may have gotten me to watch them again.
Grand slam by Addison Barger was disgusting, by the way. Kiss
That
it
was
goodbye.
Great game.
You have a great
Kickoff time. Let's go Boilers.
night. Boo!